here he is, Mac Boucher. Mac, making your second appearance here on GTC. What's going on, man?
Not much, yeah. I'm excited for the week here. It's going to be a good one, I think.
And tell us about your travels getting here from the media area, because the rain has been on, it's been off. I understand you had to get an umbrella. Is that right?
Yeah, I did not bring one today, unfortunately. So we went to round one up, but it was wet. The course is, I think it's going to drain all right, but it's a bit of a puddle out there right now.
Mm-hmm. A little soggy getting around, walking through some of those crossings already, and it's only Monday, but we'll see. But so what is your? I'm assuming you're not playing in the field, but what is your purpose here then? Give us what are you going to be doing this week?
So I'm playing the Pro-Am today, which is, I believe, like the Canadian Pro-Am they're calling it.
Right.
So I'm excited to do that because I haven't played Hamilton in a few years now, so it's going to be cool to see it under tournament conditions. And then I'm doing some stuff with Hilton. They've got their little on-course hotel, so I'm staying there Wednesday night, which should be a pretty cool experience as well.
And so I guess you haven't been here since the renovations at Hamilton?
No, I haven't played it in probably it's probably close to 10 years probably.
Wow.
So yeah, it's been a while.
You're going to love it, man. I mean, we got to play the RBC Canadian Open Media Day 2 or 3 weeks ago. No course records were being set. Spoiler alert.
Not on the low, anyway.
Not on the low, but man, like you're gonna love it, and it's a lot of modern changes. They've redone a lot of the greens, a lot of trees are gone, so that's going to be something you're really going to enjoy. But let's talk about you, because people go on the socials, they see your Instagram handle, they see I just looked 423,000 followers. How did this all begin?
Kind of out of nowhere, to be honest. I was teaching golf full-time in New Zealand, absolutely loved it, and then obviously the whole pandemic happened. Was kind of forced to pivot a little bit, came home, took the head teaching job at Muskoka Bay Club. I was up there just teaching golf full-time, and then I started making kind of these videos. I went to Dubai the winter of 2020, kind of in the middle of the pandemic when people weren't supposed to be traveling, but and I started posting these videos just as something to pass the time, bit of a creative kind of way to get my golf out there, I guess.
Yeah.
And then the followers started going, and then it kind of just kept going. I don't really know how to describe it better than that. It's just kind of happened. So
Wow.
But
yeah.
you and have you developed new shots, increased your repertoire since those early days, or are you just kind of finding cool ways to show it?
I think it's just cool ways to show it. I think the niche that I have is that I travel a lot, as you guys know, and showcasing courses that maybe are off the beaten path or something that looks really cool. I think it's more the shots plus the scenery plus, like, I think it's a mixture of those things is the big draw for me, I guess.
When you play this afternoon or whenever you're going out there in the rain, you don't hit those kind of shots every day, do you?
Yeah, we do.
Oh, you do?
Actually,
Nice.
funny story. I was just down in Arizona. I was doing a match against Joel Damon, and first hole is like a 240-yard par 3, and I took driver and hit like this 110-yard slice. It started over the desert, and Joel's like, what did I just watch? For me, it's like, I'm not playing for a living. I'm not like these guys that needs to kind of play well to put a check in the bank. I need to kind of enjoy my time out there, and that's how I enjoy golf the most, just kind of being creative and enjoying my time out there. So it's nothing serious normally.
Now, you mentioned you're a teaching pro, but how did you actually start working on these shots? Was it just on the range and saying, I want to see how hard or how far I can hook this ball or how much I can slice this ball, that sort of thing?
For me, I think I picked up game quite late compared to other people, and it would always felt more comfortable for me curving the ball. It helped me control the miss. So if I hit a hook shot, I know that my miss is generally going to be right. So if there's a hazard down the right, then I would hit a cut because I kind of could gauge it. And then obviously now with Instagram, it's probably become a little bit bigger, and I've got a little bit more aggressive with it. But honestly, when I was playing full-time, I had some stats in Canadian Tour and stuff. It's kind of how I played. It just felt comfortable to me. I really struggle with very straight shots. So.
And what about the left and the right? Because you swing from both sides. You can see, so to speak. You can hit it left-handed, you can hit it right-handed, you can turn the club over. I mean, where did that one come from?
So I don't know why, but for me, swinging right-handed actually feels quite natural. So my goal is to get down to scratch right-handed.
Wow.
I want to be scratched both ways. I've got a little ways to go with righty. I can get pretty violent with a double miss, but
Join the club.
yeah. It's actually pretty interesting because righty's shown me how hard golf actually is, and everyday golfers that go out there, like when you're struggling with a 90-yard block cut and then hit a hook the next one, like it can get your head in a real bad place. So.
Yeah, it certainly can. Okay, we're in conversation here with Mac Boucher. If you're hearing some interesting sounds in the background, that it's not static. It is rain. It's raining very hard right now. Hopefully it dries out for your round of golf this afternoon. But if you can try to explain, I know it's hard without a club. We're not actually swinging right now, but how do you hit the slinger?
Okay, so for me, it's like obviously club path is super important. So I would say if you're watching guys in the range here hit normal draws, their path is like 0 to 5 in to out. So not very much. When I'm hitting my big hooks, my path gets to like 30 in to out.
Whoa.
So like it works in extremes. So for me, it's setting up my feet super closed as a lefty aiming left, and then swinging down my foot line, and then that just allows me to release the face as much as I want. So it's something that I've spent a lot of time working on TrackMan and dialing in my numbers to understand cause and effect with it. But I've got a pretty good understanding now that if my path is 30 in to out, my face needs to be 15 degrees shut at impact for that thing to come back. If it stays open, that thing's going left of left.
Yeah, let's go to
leaving the
Toronto
park.
from here. Yeah,
100%. Yeah. See you later.
Now, you put on shows, you entertain people, but you're traveling all over the world. And every time I see you, I'm always amazed at, like, well, even when I follow you on there, you're traveling here, you're flying here. Have you ever sort of totaled up how many miles you've traveled in the last year, the last month, the last week?
Oh, I don't even know. The last 3 years has been wild. And it's not just like flying down to Arizona and then back.
Right.
Like it's like New Zealand, Dubai, Pakistan, like just all over. So for me, it's
Wait a minute. You played golf in Pakistan?
that's probably one of the most wild things to come.
Yeah.
Actually, it's a good story. So
Okay, let's hear it.
I was in Dubai, met these guys that represent like a bunch of pro golfers and stuff, and they had this grand opening of a tournament course in Pakistan, the first ever like championship style course in Pakistan that Nick Faldo designed, Sir Nick Faldo. So they were running like a pro-am there, and they had 5 or 6 LPGA Tour players, PGA Tour players going out there to play this pro-am. One of the LPGA Tour girls backed out 2 days before the event, so they needed somebody in a pinch. And I was just starting out in social media at the time. I only had like a few thousand followers. And I got to fly on a private jet with Nick Faldo, Graham McDowell, Charlie Hall, Rafa Cabrera-Bello to Pakistan, and had like the whole like treatment for the week and played this course. It was insane. It's something I won't forget, that's for sure.
Wow. And would you have any travel tips for someone? Because people watching, people listening, they plan golf trips all the time. You travel all over the world. What kind of advice would you give to people traveling on a big golf trip?
I just pack core things, so I'm not like packing the wild outfits and stuff. It's a lot of the same. Like I'll bring 5 white polos. That's a big thing for me. But I have a little trick with my golf clubs. I get messaged a lot about how do you travel with your golf clubs with a soft shell travel case.
Nice.
Clubs break all the time. Knock on wood, I have not broke a single club in travel.
How about losing
in my life? I don't want to talk about that. Yeah, I don't want to talk about that. But I've never broken a club. So what I do is I have this old blanket I bought from Walmart way back in the day. I wrap my golf clubs in it. It's like a duvet. So if I'm sleeping on a couch, which it happens, I'm couch surfing time to time. I've got my blanket, I've got a pillow, and I can post up anywhere. But I wrap my clubs in that, and it makes the soft shell. It fills up the space in the soft shell case and protects the clubs. And I've never broken a club, and I hear horror stories about it. So.
Yeah. All the time. Let's talk about the brand on your hat right now, TaylorMade. What are you currently gaming with right now?
So I have a full TaylorMade set right now. Got the new QI10 driver and 7-wood, which I absolutely love. I just put the mini burner in the bag, which has been nice because I can get pretty sideways off the tee at times, like we all can. And then I play the P7 MB irons. For me, because I like to work the ball, having a blade helps me control kind of being able to shape it a little bit more. And then high toe 60 degree, and then the MG4 and the irons, or the wedges, sorry. And
revolving door of putters sometimes I notice from time to time.
Yeah, that's
soft spot there.
I have said, I told TaylorMade last time they gave me one of their TP Reserve putters recently, and I said, you will not see me change putters this year, and I promised them that I will not change putters. So we'll see if that happens.
Oh man, well hey, before we let you go, this time last year, 2 years ago, we've had conversations about you getting more and more comfortable with stuff like this. So how are you doing with, getting recognized at events like this or airports or wherever you get recognized?
Yeah, so I mean, that's been probably the hardest adjustment. I can hit the shots. I can do that stuff. That stuff's easy for me.
Yeah.
It's the this stuff. Like if you had asked me 3 years ago if I could do this right now, I would have laughed at you. I ran for the hills. You'd see me jogging back to the pro shop. But it's something that I've kind of, I guess, being comfortably uncomfortable, I guess. It's just, that's what I've learned. It's the best way to approach it. Just go and do things that kind of scare you and take it on. So I enjoy it now. It's a lot of fun. I've met a lot of really cool people and no complaints.
Pretty good. Sounds like you've got a pretty good life going right now.
Yeah. It's all good. No complaints, that's for sure.
Well, that's awesome. Hey, Mac. Well, hey, thanks so much for joining us today. Hopefully you stay relatively dry out there. Hopefully that umbrella doesn't have to be used too much, but thanks for taking some time with us today.
Thanks for having me, guys. It's great to see you both.